Hello, welcome. My name is Bryce Tubbs. With me today is Zeenat Noorani, and she's working with HR, CEOs, managers in small businesses and medium-sized businesses and corporate who, are looking to alleviate stress and anxiety in life and business by equipping them with powerful tools and strategies that will help them gain clarity and, an empowering mindset and resilience. I'm super excited to be able to share this conversation with you today. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, Zeenat.
Thank you, Bryce. It's great to be here. Really honored. So yeah, thank you for having me.
Excellent. Just before we get started, for those watching, if you have not already, I just wanted to personally invite you to our community. I'm going to put some links either above or below. It's just a mastermind where people come together and support each other every single day. So if that is what you've been missing in your life, come and join us inside. Now back to the topic at hand. Zeenat, what was life like before you got into the work that you're doing now? And really, what was the catalyst that brings you into the field you're in today?
Wow. So it's a long story, but I'm going to try and bring it in. So I grew up in the Middle East, born in the UK, grew up in the Middle East, and I've always had a passion for ice skating. So predominantly I started my career for many years ice skating. Eventually that career came to an end. I had to make life decisions because I wanted different things in my life as well. More stability, more focus, and a stable life. So I came back to the UK and I trained as a primary teacher. And I had 7 years of teaching before I actually became what I am now, a coach, a life coach, a resilience, mental health. My career as a teacher was very, very difficult. Unfortunately, I wasn't one of the ones who could say that I started my career and it was a bed of roses all the way through. It had its struggles. Don't get me wrong, I loved teaching the children. I love children. But for somewhere along the line, I lost the passion because of the way leadership was. The support wasn't there from higher up, and just the mental health well-being side of things. And I went through my own mental health. And I was out of work for about 2 to 3 months. And, it kind of struck me when I was recuperating then that this is what I wanted to do. My passion lay in helping others. I've always wanted to help others. I've always been the go-to person that people used to talk to about their problems. And I decided to throw in the towel. And with no savings, nothing, but with a mortgage to pay, I just threw everything in, moved back in with my mother, to then start up my business full time as a mental health wellbeing coach. So yeah, it's had its journey. It's been tough, but I'm really passionate about what I do, and I think we really do need to focus. Businesses have to focus on the wellbeing of themselves, but their staff. It is paramount, absolutely paramount. Yeah, and I think, yeah, no, go ahead.
I didn't hear what you were going to say. I think there's a lag going, but yeah. Just thinking about support, for those who don't have any support, how can they start, understanding that maybe they do need some support in their life and start to become more aware of what the signs are?
So, that's really, when you realize and people start to tell you around you that, you're not the same person. And also when you become self-aware that you're not that same person, or you're constantly, your mood changes, you're snapping at anything, or you're crying all the time. I used to break down. You could put a pencil from here to there and I'll be like breaking down saying, why have you put the pencil there, But it's all these little things. And when you begin to notice it and they're becoming things that are disrupting your day-to-day life, that's a red flag to say, hang on a minute, something's going on here. But you just feel it inside. But you know what? It is hard, because it's hard to make that step to say, you know what? There is something wrong with me and I need to make a change. So it's really about reading, listening to people out there who care about you, and, listen to what they're saying, because what they might be saying is, actually it's the truth. Sometimes we don't want to hear those things from our loved ones, but they're the ones that are going to tell you the truth.
And then that's a cool thing too, because you can also get the converse of that too. For example, when you start becoming more and more successful, some people in your life might say, hey, you're starting to change, you know? Can you talk about that? How to, really stay true to your dreams and your goals when you do start, either finding a little bit of success or you're hitting some rough patches and people are telling you to turn back?
You know, that I think that's very different for everyone, because everyone's got to know what their success is and what drives them, their motivation. Success to everyone is something different. Now, you could be out for success just for the money side of things. Obviously, everybody wants a bit of money for comfort and to have some good things in life. Absolutely. But I think it's, it's about having the balance, having the success that you want, a successful business, you want to be healthy, but also you want to be happy. I think I've just answered that. So, it's finding that balance.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of the people watching this are going to be either starting their own business or they're in business right now. And oftentimes, things don't go exactly how they plan. So that's kind of why it's like, when you start breaking away and start really trying to help people, some people have to, go through a little bit of time when things aren't working out. And the people inside of your life might be saying negative stuff like, are you still doing this coaching thing? Are you still trying to do this business thing? Staying true to yourself and to, your journey. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, no, that's really important. Now that, again, like I said, it's in your drive. How much do you really want this? How much are you really passionate about this? I mean, I've had people say to me, come on, Z, you've been doing this X amount of times now. Where are you? Have you got, you don't seem to be at the point where you should be, but what is the should be? Is it in their eyes or is it in my eyes? Who am I true to? And it's about being true to yourself. And I think for people who are starting out, it's so important that you have your vision, you have your plan, but you keep going back, refining it, reflecting on the paths. And if you do get a setback, analyze that setback, evaluate it and think, okay, why did I get this setback? Is it because of me? Is it the outside factors? And then from there, you can then maneuver. And you need flexibility. You have to have flexibility and have an open mind. And it's about knowing your true self, your capabilities, your values, and your beliefs. You need to have those in place as well. And that's really important.
That's very powerful. Especially when you experience that setback. Can you talk about how to, because in order to analyze, you have to kind of first overcome that emotion. Can you talk about how to really keep that emotion low or to bounce back from that negative emotion so that you can actually be in a state of mind to analyze, like you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, let's look at the situation we're in now, COVID-19. I had a few clients, things were going pretty well, I suppose. And then all of a sudden, I lost all my clients. It just completely hit rock bottom, and it's understandable. And for me, it took a lot. I mean, yes, I had my days where I was really depressed, and I kind of just didn't want to communicate with anyone. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to do anything. And I just felt like I was going through the motions. And I also found that, again, my mood swings were kind of fluctuating. So, but I have a few really good, strong friends around me who really, come on, Zeenat, you can do this, uplifting, giving me that positive, reminding me of the value that I have, the great things, strengths I have as well, and the difference that I can make to people in what I do. And you do need that. And then I started to remember all the tools and techniques that I help my clients with. I need to use those tools as well, and I have to take care of myself. So it was those things that I kind of took a step back and and it's okay to feel like that. And we have to remember that if you're feeling that, like, you can't handle a situation and you've fallen, stop. That's really important. Take a breath, take time out. Work will always be there. Your business will always be there, but your health, if it isn't, you can't do anything else. You can always pick up your business at some point. But without health, what have you got? And I always try and remember myself about things like that. So those are the things that really pick me up. And picking up the phone just to hear a special voice, whoever that might be.
You know, just kind of talking about the problems that people are going through, what generally are people going through when they come to work with you, and how do you help them solve it?
So a lot of my clients are based around sort of imposter syndrome, anxiety, fears, moving forward, clarity. But, clarity and goals, all of those things that even business people have, it's, if they're not getting it, it's because they've got a block of their limiting beliefs, or the stress is blocking them, or their vision isn't actually that clear. So what I do is I help them break those barriers down through all of the techniques that I have, which is NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, EFT, emotional freedom tapping, maybe kinetic shift or hypnosis, depending on my client. So those are the type of people that come to me, and I'll help them move from A to B. So it's a lot of the work I do is around mindset.
Okay.
And the environment, and how we react, think and feel, and our behaviors. So internally and then externally as well.
Yeah, just kind of talking about vision and clarity. I'm glad that you're actually there to help them out, because, that is a very, very large problem, especially with people in business, because, everything is up and down. It's always attacking. Moving forward. Just thinking about kind of the slowdown, what has it really taught you, and what is like the biggest thing you've taken out of the slowdown time?
Gives you time to think, clarity. Because sometimes you can make impulsive decisions, and if you are that impulsive type, which is not necessarily bad, but I think I can remember with me when I first started out, I just wanted to go, and I didn't slow down. But the knock-on effect was my health as well. So by slowing down, you get more vision, you get more clarity, you can really work on who you are and what you actually want and going to get out of it. Because a lot of times you'll find that people will go into things head on, or they rush into it, but actually that's not truly what they want. Or something's blocked them and they don't know how to handle it. So by slowing down, you think, okay, well, if you can preempt things as well, and think, I could have come across this obstacle or that obstacle, X, Y, and Z, and this is how I'm going to handle it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
And just think about clarity and vision, and just the future. What does the vision for, your life look like as far into the future as you like to think about or talk about?
For me, I know I can work from anywhere, but right now it's not possible. I'd like to be able to work from anywhere I am. I want to be traveling, because I love travel and culture and meeting people. So I want to be able to travel, doing what I do, spreading the ins and outs of my passion, and speaking on stage with people, as well as having my clients, because I love that. I don't want to lose that, but I want to be able to go out there and speak on stage, spread, the tips, the tools, inspire people. I want to be able to inspire people. That's something that will ignite them to go for what they truly want and, have their vision. That's my vision. And just, of course, I would love a little bit of the fancy stuff, but that's not everything. Who doesn't want a lovely little house? And I've got my flat anyway, but I think that for my business, that's what I would love. And write some more books. I've only written one little book, but it's just affirmations, but I want to be able to turn my story into a book as well.
Nice. You said you have a book out. You said it's affirmations and stuff?
Yes, so it's called Begin Each Day with Affirmations and Empowering Questions. What it is, it's available on Amazon. It's just a little book with affirmations that I've used along my journey that's helped to keep me inspired, keep me motivated, focused, but remind me of who I am and what I'm worth and the value. And that's so important, especially if you lack confidence, because, a lot of us do lack confidence in certain areas, or we seem to perceive that we are confident, but actually inside, you kind of just really sort of like, oh. So yeah.
You know, where can people actually no? Do you have anything new coming out? Like any conferences, projects, programs, courses, et cetera, et cetera?
So at the moment, I'm holding weekly courses, and they run up until the 10th of July. They're masterclass, an hour and an hour and a half, 90-minute classes. But I will be rolling them over again. So because I think they're really valuable masterclasses. So those are every Friday, and which are on my LinkedIn. So information's there as well. I'm going to be thinking about holding some webinars coming up, probably around sort of August, September time. So all around resilience, growth mindsets, so fixed mindsets. I'm really trying to understand, which is great for businesses, your frame of thinking. So I'm looking at that. And a different project that I have, which was supposed to happen, but I'm not sure exactly when, is I'm dying to hold a retreat on body confidence. So that's something that I want to do greatly. So that would be something to look out for. Yeah. So I've got a few things in vision. But I also along what I do, I also have, I work with a partner. We're founders of the People Skills course. So we run courses, and we will be doing this online as well. At the moment, it was face-to-face until the lockdown. And we look at how, again, business owners or teams within companies can enhance their language and communication. So team building, how are they working with each other, what works, what doesn't work, but all around NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. A bit of a tongue tie. Yeah. So that's amazing to be doing that as well.
Excellent. Where can people go to connect with you or learn more about you?
So I've got my website, zeenatnoorani.com. So you can find me on my website, so www.zeenatnoorani.com, or you can find me on LinkedIn, and it's Zeenat Noorani as well on LinkedIn. I'm sure we'll share the links later. I'm also on Twitter, Zeenat Noorani, and I'm also on Instagram as well, so Noorani Zeenat. That one's the other way around.
Yeah, so for people who are going to be seeing this or hearing this audio only, can you please spell out that name so I can find it?
So Zeenat is Z-E-E-N for November, A-T, and then the surname's Noorani, N-O-O-R-A-N-I. So Zeenat Noorani. You'll be able to find me on those links. Or you can find me under my company name, which is Vida, V-I-D-A, and then D-E, De, and then La, L-A, Mariposa. I'm going to have to spell that now. M-A-R-I-P-O-S-A. Vida de la Mariposa, which means Spanish for life of a butterfly, because it's all about transformation.
Nice.
Hence the butterfly and the caterpillar. My logo.
Nice. Thanks so much for coming on the show and just sharing some of your expertise with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. And for those watching, again, we thoroughly hope that you found this valuable. And once again, if you have not already joined us inside of our community, I would just love to personally invite you to come and join us inside of there. We're supporting each other every single day. So if that's what you've been searching for, come on and join us inside. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this as much as we enjoyed creating it. Feel free to hit that share button so other people can get some great value as well. Have a great day. We will talk to you soon. We're done recording in 3 and 2 and 1.